I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Good morning from Zurich, Switzerland. By the time I will be doing the next video, I will tell you good afternoon from Germany. I'm preparing to go to the airport to take a flight to Germany. I'm going to see my eldest son, the prince of the family, and my granddaughter and his wife, Dr. Mimi Apoki. We make history daily. And unlike in those days, social media is available to document history. I'm still talking about the brutalization of former President Buhari. I remember when he came into power, if my memory is not failing me, one of the statements they made was that Nigerian hospitals have become mere consulting clinics. I hope I am right. This Sani Abacha that announced the coup that Nigerian clinics have become Nigerian hospitals have become mere consulting clinics. And in 1984, I was a house officer at the University of Benin Teaching Hospital. And President Buhari, Major General then, came to visit the University of Benin Teaching Hospital. And a matron was pushing an empty trolley. There were no drugs in the trolley. The matron was just pretending that to go and serve drugs. You know, Nigeria, the point of this we are hypocrites in this country. Very hypocritical, particularly civil servants, commissioners, any person, local government chairpersons, traditional rulers, pastors. We are hypocrites. We dare not say the truth because we have skeletons in our cupboards and we have meat in our mouth. When you have meat in your mouth, you don't whistle. The matron was pushing an empty trolley. First of all, it's not matrons that serve drugs. But that day, she just wanted to be hypocritical. And there was a consultant then, he's retired as a professor, Scott Emuakbo. I discussed with him after I did a video that a personal appeal to President Buhari during NSAS. That's in 25 years ago. That when he came to UBTH, Professor Scott Emuakbo now, thank God he's still alive, and he told Buhari, you know, some people don't care, some people don't fear. And I suspect he's an old boy of government college Ugeli too. We don't care, we don't fear. He said, Mr. President, this is an empty trolley, a drug trolley. There are no drugs inside. And he called me nearly 38 years, 40 years later and told me that he was detained for 24 hours for embarrassing the president. How markets. Till today, they are still sending patients to buy drugs from UBTH. They will send them to town to go and buy drugs. Buy drugs. You don't know the authenticity of those drugs, whether they are fake. They send people out of UBTH to buy drugs, to buy urine bags, to buy things. It is still on till today. After 41 years, same thing in all our hospitals around the country. Sometimes they don't even look at the one that happened in our Abuja Medical Center. They refuse to attend to the patients. Unlike here, where they attend to animals. An animal was injured. They called a cat. I was told the hair was falling off. And they called the ambulance from the veterinary clinic, animal care, to come and look at the cat that the hair was falling off. And the vet people said that the hair was falling off because the cat was an old cat that is part of the aging process. Cat, ologbo, pussy cat, adamba, what do they call it for Igbo language? Pussy cat, pussy cat. When there is an accident in Nigeria, you can't call for an ambulance. Even if there is an ambulance, there are no roads. Anytime I'm traveling from Kokomaiko to any part of Lagos, I will see ambulances with patients inside in the traffic. We are living by the grace of God. I'm always scared to fall sick because before they carry you from Ugeli to Ogara, traffic, police roadblock, Julius Berger constructing bridge, area boys, road safety, soldiers, custom, Okowa police and local government task force. Just the person will die. Then you reach Ogara. They'll say you go and buy plaster, go and buy card, go and buy this, go and buy that. Hey, nkabo gini. Ona na akpa ma nyere na. Wetin be this? Kini eleyi? Nside? Person will die. Buhari, military era. Buhari, 8 years of civilian rule with all the monies budgeted, still went and died in another man's country. It's a shame. And you will see all these hypocrites, parasites, whether they are men of God or men of Satan, whether they are presidential or lofofo, they will come. It's as clean as a whistle. Ta! Oh, Gobina. Clean as a whistle. A whistle won't blow. You didn't come into power to be clean as a whistle. You came into power to alleviate the pains of the people. Professor Scott Emuakwe is still alive. The man they detained because of trying to let the president know that there are no drugs. He's still alive. The president they deceived has died in London. Those of you who are pretending, do you remember the first currency exchange? The first currency exchange. The pains we went through. Essential commodity pains we went through. Essential commodity pains that we went through, sugar, milk, because of the useless policies of Buhari. Then he came, after 40 years, he came with another currency exchange. The first currency exchange, 53 suitcases from belonging to the emir of his place were allowed to pass. And Atiku that stopped those suitcases was punished. Buhari never follows through with any of his decisions. He never follows through. He is an inconclusive idealist. Everything that happened in the first regime during the military era was through Idiagbon. Buhari never follows through. His tribe, his religion, his personal interests, and his innate weakness would make the team fail. I prove my point. When the elections were to take place in 2023, people said there was too much money outside the system, and that politicians were accumulating these monies to rig the election. And Buhari came up with currency coloration. We spent a lot of our money to recolor our currencies. And people suffered. People suffered. People suffered. We were now buying our own currency. At a point, people were now using CFA in the northern part of the country under Buhari. He has an inconclusive approach to issues. He would do as if he did not hear, did not know. If the attempt was to prevent Tinubu from winning the primaries and winning the elections, the attempt failed woefully. And the duplicity of being with Tinubu and at the same time trying to scuttle his election is evil. And Mumu Emefiele put his head inside. We know how we suffered, and Emefiele is paying the price. And eventually, he did not conclude it. We still had to be using old currency and new currency. For once, I will praise El Rufai. El Rufai was able to predict that the old currency and the new currency will still be used. He told his people in the north, Buhari, the Fulanization of this nation is a project that Buhari initiated. He was a tribal bigot. Nearly every person in Aso Rock that occupied any prominent position came from his cronies, his cousins, his in-laws, his dad. What are you people praising? Now you want to blame Tinubu? No, he's just following the process that we have cultivated, that Buhari introduced. You see, all of us are creating history, and history has to be reviewed. We are a pretentious people. That's why we don't want to teach history in our secondary schools. We don't want to teach history in our primary schools so that the people can be living in a state of historical trance. We know where we are going. We know where we are from. We live in Babylon. We're going to our father's land. We don't know where we are coming from. We don't know where we are going. Mrs. Sani Abacha just came to rewrite history, the history of her husband's tyranny. We cannot use the excuse, don't speak ill of the dead. I am not speaking ill of the dead. I'm only reminding the living that fading away like the stars of the morning, only remembered by what we have done. There are only 3 hymns I've told my children to sing when I pass on. Fading away like the stars of the morning, Rock of Ages cleft for me. Lord, dismiss us with our blessings, with your blessings. The hymn we used to sing at Government College Ughelli when we go on holidays. History will judge us, The evil that men do live after them, and the good is often interred in their bones. Buhari, you messed up opportunities. All those praising you are hypocrites. And I've told my children, if I pass on, nobody should come and preach there. Nobody should do any eulogy. Now, me know myself. People are too hypocritical. I'm Dr. Charles Apoki. I have a webinar coming up on this month or early August. Send the message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. We're talking about investing intelligently. I have a lot of properties for sale. Subscribe to this channel. We have another channel, Dr. Apoki Extra. Subscribe. We have books. We have podcasts. We have several things. We have Now You Sabi t-shirt, and the one of Bust You will soon come out, and Financial Orgasm will soon come out. I want to thank Esosa for hosting me in this apartment. I want to thank the Madam Idia restaurant in Zurich. I want to thank California Hair Salon and all Ikpowosa and his wife for cooking good food for me, and all the Nigerians that came around me during my stay in Zurich. I'll be in Dusseldorf on Wednesday this week to meet with the Nigerians at a popular Nigerian restaurant. You can follow the instructions on YouTube. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki, the global grandfather. God bless you. Nigerians, change your mentality. Now they do like Momo.